People think I'm just hoarding. Well, I'm not. I'm not. I'm telling you, I'm not hoarding yet. You'll know when I'm hoarding. I buy every guitar. There's no guitars left for anyone, anywhere. I rent them all out like this evil scheme.
This is gonna blow the lights off Seattle.
We're honored to be here. What a surprise to even get the call.
Oh, dude.
You know, we got this call. I don't know when this is going to air, but a month ago, literally a month before the gig, and they're like, "What are you doing on May 15th?" I'm like, "I don't know. I was just going to sit at home and self-loathe and play with my guitar collection." They're like, "You want to open up for the Rolling Stones?" I'm like, "Sure. Let me call the band." You know, we trucked out the gear from Nashville, so I brought the whole rig. 45 minutes, and our songs are long, so we're playing 5 songs tonight at literally the stadium here, where the Seahawks play.
Man.
I'm excited to see the show tonight because it's like they sound exactly the same.
Yeah,
It's like
that record they just did with Andrew is like crazy. It sounds.
They have no peers. They haven't had peers for so long, but you know, like Mick Jagger. I mean, like to do what he does at 80 years old, like that's insane. It's insane that he still has that stamina and the voice, and there's a few of those people. Some people just have this natural ability. So anyway,
You want to see some guitars?
Look at all these guitars, man.
All right, so later we got a Dumble and a Vibroverb. We're gonna do a couple of things with. So Brian Ray's, you've seen this before, Slapboard 62. You just saw Brian the other night.
Yeah, with and I didn't know he had this, and I said, you know, one of these days I want to try to find like a Fiesta Red with gold parts. And he's like, oh, I got one. I'm like, I know you do. And he goes, well, it's actually up in Seattle. And I'm like, did you set me up? Did you send it up there knowing I'm gonna be? So that, I mean, check that out.
You guys work it out. I'll send it down to you.
That's as rare as it comes, you know. Leo, especially early gold part stuff like a Mary Kay. The first thing you look at when you're looking at like a Mary Kay with a maple neck is the truss rod screw. Everything was gold.
Yeah.
And you know it wasn't that much money to upgrade the parts.
Yeah.
I think it was like $10 or $15, but nobody did it. You sold me a refin that I've been playing.
It's awesome. I know.
Factory gold parts. I've been playing it in Europe, and everybody looks at it like because it's got the Hank Marvin kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, "Wow, is that an original?" I'm like, "I wish," but like, well, here we are. Here's an original.
Did you catch wind of this? This walked in, one owner Nocaster walked through the door while my buddy Chris Jansen was here. And it's the weird one with the anomaly that has all the finish. I had like 4 guys look through this, and it's like either a harmonica holder or something like a stock hole, same. I know there's debates and people are, I can do that with a drill. Whatever, there's the same finish here. It's really interesting, but super light Nocaster.
Yeah, you don't see these very often. Like I have a 51. Mine was modded. I'll be playing that tonight actually. And mine was modded a long time ago. It has a humbucker.
That guitar is amazing.
And I just go, it's like, once that's done, I'm like, cool, now it's cool. But like, you know, it still proves this stuff is still out there.
Yeah, I've got another one. It just sold, but this is a cool one.
What I like about Nocasters, because in early 52, the necks got really skinny.
Yeah.
Almost like a jazz bass.
Yep.
The Nocasters are big.
I know.
They're like almost like late November 53-ish.
Chris lent this to me and my buddy Darren Jones. I brought my 52 Telly. He played that in like the shittiest bar ever. We're playing to like, 10 people just for fun. And I'm like, I'm looking going, dude, he's playing a Nocaster, a 52 Telly. Nobody knows, but God, it sounded good.
We do those gigs every year at the Baked Potato with this side project.
I gotta make it to one of those.
Yeah,
It looks
and
so cool.
and every night I bring something crazy that shouldn't be in an 80-seat jazz bar.
Yeah.
But they're meant to be played.
I know.
I mean, like every guitar that I tour with is old, and we take the Dumbles out on the road, and I'm not scared of it. It's like well, they're either gonna sit in a pile and not be used, and I shouldn't buy them. You know what I mean? So this is great. You got a pin router? We got a humbucker.
Yeah,
got a humbucker.
Yeah, exactly. You got a pocket knife?
Yeah, just a small cut in here. We'll be fine. I'll do the wiring like I did on mine. Just go right through there.
All right, I got something I want to show you. Yeah, let's run over here.
All right. You don't have to get me anything.
Oh, dude, this is like, I feel like I owe you something.
No, you don't.
Like, I know, but this is like something every once in a while. There's only a few of the cool Kalamazoo new old stock stuff, but I did take this out of the garage for them. I know you've got a gaggle of these, but that was from the employee's garage.
Thank you. I love this.
I had 3, and they sold for stupid money, and I was like, one of these needs to go to you just to tie the story.
Yeah, these were stands.
Yeah.
Had the cardboard, and
Yeah.
I mean, you would not put a $200,000 Les Paul on a cardboard stand, but these are great. Thank you very much.
Dude,
I love it.
Come on now.
I
and
love
on
it.
that subject, I got to show you last of a couple of the few. This is like an example of like new old stock 60s.
Unbelievable.
I mean, both these. Also, a Tim Shaw Heritage. I think that's like one of the coolest guitars. It's mint condition. It's got the cool top. Some of those are back and forth.
And some of them
But
are
these
heavy.
yeah. I mean, dude.
Unbelievable. This was all part of that employee.
Yeah.
So what's that? A 66 or 67?
66 and a 68. A lot of stuff is now all over the world. It went a lot quicker, but a couple of things we have a ton of banjos, tons of F5 mandolins, stuff like that, but.
Unfortunately, this is the easiest stuff to sell.
I know, right?
But thank you for the gift. I
yeah,
love it.
dude. I had to lay it on you, man.
You know, I mean, that whole thing, I mean, like, there's no story that I know that rivals that at all.
I'm still involved in it. We haven't put out the video yet, but it's like, I called you right away.
Yeah,
I was like, dude, Joe,
You're knee deep in new old stock, you know what I mean? And it's like the fact that it's still out there.
You know, she was down here. She came up here. She's gonna be up here for another interview. She was here, and I walked around with her. Like,
amazing.
It was a cool deal. More to come of that. Also, I have to ask you this question.
Yeah.
Everybody in the world is like obsessed with this story about that Martin. That's like one of my favorite stories. I've seen the guitar in person. It is the most immaculate example of that model I've ever seen.
And the fact that the lady thought it was a Gibson, she was a little confused on what it was. It's got the original price tag, which was in 1941. It was $225, which was
that's a lot.
Incredible commitment. Financially in 1941, it's a big commitment now. The guitar, basically, she would have sold it for $500. I mean, I've had a couple of them. The Flying V, the lady that walked it into Guitar Center Sacramento, she would have taken $500. It's like that.
Was that the one you had to gather? I flew down.
You helped on that deal.
The coolest guitar story. But
And the thing is, it's like that doesn't work for me. It's like if you like I know people that will buy something like that and brag about it. Like I got it for $500. That's not something I would brag about, because that money that we got to that lady with the Martin and Tara for the Flying V, I mean, that's life-changing money, and it saved her house. And an update. So I've had the guitar for a while. I'm kind of scared to play it. You've seen it. It's like, what do you do with it? It's like it's as clean as it comes. But Martin, the nice folks at Martin, when I get home from this gig tomorrow, the prototype of the very limited edition Joe B 00045 based on that guitar will be at my house. And we're doing 45 45s. So there's only going to be 45 of these in the world. Yeah, obviously, we can't build in Brazilian because it would be crazy expensive. Yeah. But the prototype is like they went in there forensically.
They're so good
studied
at that,
the guitar.
Martin's like,
and it was the only time that guitar had left. It's been in 2 locations. It's been in Southern California, and it's been in Nazareth, Pennsylvania. And it shipped in 41 to Southern California. It's been 83 years in Southern California. It went back for 3 days to Nazareth to be studied in the early fall, so there wasn't any temperature issues, and then immediately back to Southern California. So that guitar is like, it's so used to that temperature. And they were so thrilled to see it. They knew who built it. They knew everything about it. and so they recreated it. And
Amazing.
the hardest
As
thing,
they should. That's like,
well, the original guitar, if you look at it like up close, you're looking at something that like flamed spruce. I've never seen anything like it. So we're gonna get as close as we possibly can.
what are they gonna do? Standard Martin case or anything special with like?
We're gonna do like a period case.
Cool. That is amazing.
And there's only gonna be 45 of them in the world, and I'm gonna take mine and put electrics in it and rock it live. Who cares?
Yeah.
Put a humbucker in it. Nothing like a humbucker in a Martin. They can get, But no, I mean, it was such a cool video. I forgot we did that. It's still out there.
Yeah.
Case in point. It's still out there.
Anything crazy outliers that you're bringing out tonight that are like just for this gig?
I know it's overkill. 5 songs. There's 3 dumbles in the rig. Same guitars we used a couple weeks ago in New Orleans, and again, it's 5 songs. It's like there's not much I can say. Our songs are long. Some people get 10 songs in 45 minutes. Me, I'm worried about 5 songs because you don't go over on the Stones. They'll just shut you off. It's like goodbye. But thank you for having me. I'm so glad we're able to do this.
Thanks,
Thanks, Trevor.
Thank you for everything.
Love you guys.